Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. All right, you just finished working on a few multiplication problems. We're going to go over these multiplication problems. We'll do the standard algorithm. We'll do a different way. And then we'll do the division. Now, moments ago, many of you started crying and say, I'm not good at division. That's fine. I'm going to teach you. That is my job, to teach you how to do the division. So if you follow along, you'll be great at division in no time. Honestly, if you can multiply, you can divide. It's as easy as that. If you can multiply, you can divide. It's not any more difficult. It may take some more steps. It may be some guessing and checking to get where you need to be. But you can do it.
You can do it.
So we're going to start with 68 times 89. All right. Please follow along. We don't need conversation every time I take a deep breath. All right. 68 times 89 is where we're going to start. We're going to do the standard algorithm. So we'll do it this way first. Renaya wants to help me. So she's going to tell me, we're going to start with our ones place. She's going to tell me what 9 times 8 is. 72. Put your 2 there, your 7 there. Then she's going to tell me what 9 times 6 is. 54 plus 7. 61. So when I multiplied 9 times 68, I got a product of 612. Okay? I'm done with my ones place. I'm moving to my tens place. Since I'm multiplying in my tens place, I need to start my numbers in my tens place. And I do that by putting the 0 here, and I'll move over and start my first number in the tens place. Renaya, 8 times 8? 64. 4 in my tens place. Carry my 6. Renaya, 8 times 6?
48.
Plus 6? 54. We add those together. Does everybody agree we're right at this point?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Positive?
Yes.
Okay, good. You know, I like to say, David, I like to say when I'll ask somebody a question and I go, are you sure? And then they'll change their answer no matter what it is. At the beginning of the year, they'll always change their answer. Hi, my name's David. Are you sure? I go by Dave. They'll always change their answer because that's the way elementary teachers always did it. They only asked you that if you were wrong. I like to do that even though that's just mean. All right. Our ones place is 2 plus 0, which is? 2. Our tens place is 1 plus 4 is? 5. Our hundreds place is 6 plus 4 is? 10. Which I have to carry my 1. Our thousands place is 5 plus 1? 6. So I have the factor of 68 times the factor of 89. These are my factors. Whatever numbers I'm multiplying are factors. So 68 times 89 gives me a product of 6,052. These two are factors of 6,052. A factor of a number means they multiply together to equal that number. So for example, and I know this is a little extra, but for example, the factors of 6 are 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. Nothing else, no other whole numbers multiply together to equal 6. Free lesson. Use it. All right. Let's use the box method. At least that's what they called it on one video I watched, the box method. I kind of like to use it. It's kind of like the expanded form that I showed y'all yesterday. but we take one of our factors and we break it down in like expanded form. So let's take 68. What place value is the 6 in? Tens. So what's 6 tens equal? 60. That goes above this box. What place value is the 8 in? 8. What is 8 ones value? 8. So that's where my 8 goes. The 89. What place value is the 8 in? 10. So 8 tens equals 80. What place value is the 9 in? 1. So 9 ones is 9. Now we've done expanded form, so all of you should be familiar with expanded form. You should, God bless you. You should be able to put your numbers in expanded form. Once you do this, it's a multiplication chart. That's all it is. You start at the top, you start at the right, and where your fingers would meet, that's where you're going to put your answer. So now I'm going to do 60 and 80. They would meet in this box right here. Y'all with me? This box right here. Now I don't know my 60 times 80. However, this ends with a 0 and this ends with a 0. So I can put 2 zeros here. Now all I need to know is 6 times 8, which is 48. So 60 times 80 is 4,800. I put my zeros down, Savannah, and then all I needed to know was 6 times 8. Now I do this one. My 80 and my 8 will meet in this box right here. You with me, Tucker?
Yeah.
All right. The 80 ends in a 0. So if I just put my 0 there, all I have to do is multiply 8 times 8, which is 64. So 80 times 8 is 640. I do the same thing with my 60 and my 9. 60 times 9 goes in this box. You can see, Anton? Okay. So 0 here. Now all I have to do is know 9 times 6, which is 54. And then 8 and 9 would meet in this box, which is 72.
Then you add them.
And then I add them all together. So we're clear on how we did this. Yes, sir. That's the next one I'm going to show you. This is different. This is different than the lattice method. And I'm just showing you different ways so that you can pick the one that you like best. Okay? And when we're done, as Anna said, we add them together. So I have 4,800 plus 640 plus 540 plus 72. And as long as I line up my place values, I should never, and I mean ever, get these wrong because it's adding. You all know how to add. You only mess up if you don't add or put your place values where they need to be. All right, so I have 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2 equals 2. 4 plus 4 plus 7. 15. Carry the 1. 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 1. 14, 19, 20. So I put my 0 there. Carry my 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. So I got 6,052 when I did it this way, and I got 6,052 when I used the standard algorithm. Now this is the part where Matthew's really paying attention because he likes recess. This is the division where we whine about. We think it's so hard. I take my product, 6,052. That becomes my dividend. Are you okay, Matthew? Because he seems to he keeps staring at you like you're doing something to disturb him. Are you doing something to disturb him? Please don't do something to disturb him. All right, so I take my product, which is 6,052, and it becomes my divisor. You with me, Tucker? All right, Savannah, you're okay?
Yeah.
I divide one of my factors. I can choose whichever one I want, but I divide one of my factors into this number. Okay? So, my divisor is 68. My dividend is 6,052. Where I got it from is my product, and then I picked one of the factors. Either one. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And when I do my division, it should give me the other factor. So my answer, if I did this correctly, should be 89. If I did it correctly. Okay? Now place value is very important in division too. Not using the correct place value is where I see many mistakes. Most of those mistakes include leaving a zero out somewhere in the midst of the problem. Okay? So, I put little X's over where it's not going to go into because it makes my life easier. Does 68 go into 6?
No.
No. Does 68 go into 60? No. Is 68 going to go into 605? Yes. Okay? So I'm going to have a number over the 5 and a number over the 2. It's very important to keep your place values lined up. Now Matthew knows how many times 68 goes into 605. But we're going to pretend like we don't know. So I want to check how many times 68 goes into 605. I'm going to guess 7. Now Matthew knows I'm wrong, but that's okay. So now, those of you that are telling me it's hard, you don't have to take 68 into 6,052 all at once. That's what many of you are trying to do. Take it in all at once. It's like eating an elephant. You have to take a bite at a time. You can't eat an elephant in one bite. To take a bite at a time. That's what division is. Okay? So, was writing down 6,052 difficult? No. Was writing down 68 difficult? No. And then figuring out what place value I need to go, is that difficult? No. Now it's a matter of just some guessing and checking. I don't, off the top of my head, know my 68 times tables. I don't. So I'm going to guess that it goes in. I have a decent idea about how many times it goes in. But I'm going to guess, and it's got to be less than 10, because I'm only putting one digit over here. And I'm only putting one digit here. So I'm never going to have to multiply a 2-digit number by a 2-digit number there. I'm always going to have, one of my factors is always going to be a 1-digit number. That's the way division works. You're only putting one number up here at a time. I guess and check. I think maybe 68 goes into 605 7 times. Let's check. 56. 6 times 7 is... Somebody help me. 6 times 7. 42 plus 5. 42 plus 5. 47. Savannah, I would really love your help. I'm not very good at this. So I have 476 as my product of 68 and 7. So I'm going to see if that works. So I'll put my 7 there. I don't have to do the math again. I've already done 68 times 7. That's why I don't erase as I'm doing it. Plus 3 problems later, I may have to do 68 times 7. You never know. I know 68 times 7 is 476. I have to borrow. So this 60 becomes a 59. This 5 becomes a 15. That's a 9. 2. 129. Will that work?
No.
No, why not?
Because it's 3 digits.
Because it's bigger than 68.
Oh, yeah.
When I subtract, I cannot have a number bigger than my divisor. So the difference between these two numbers cannot be bigger than my divisor. It just won't work. So I need to go back. It's not 7. It's got to be bigger than 7. So that didn't work. I want to put 605 here. And so Matthew, what did you think it was? No. What did you think? How many times it went into 605? 8 times. We're going to go over here and we're going to check 68 times 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 6 times 8, 48. Plus 6, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. So I'm going to see if that works. You think it will? No? Yes? No? Let's check. If I put an 8 here, 8 times 68 is 544. I subtract 5 times 4 is 1. Now this is also where you guys do something silly. I don't need to borrow here. If I just look at 60 minus 54, I can do that. I don't have to do all the borrowing. 60 minus 54 is 6. Savannah, that's about the 6th time I've seen you not paying attention. So is that going to work?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because the difference here is less than my divisor. As long as this is less than my divisor, I'm golden. Okay? Now I bring down the 2. My quotient is going to go up here. I'm dividing 68 into 612. Into 612. Do you think 8 is going to work? No. Because I've done 8. That's why I don't erase it. So we think it's going to have to be bigger than or less than 8? Bigger.
9.
So I'm going to try 68. It has to be 9. It can't be 10. Because we're only putting a 1 digit up here at a time. And we want our answer to be 89 if we did it correctly. So 68 times 9 is 72. 2, 7, 54 is 61. So it's 612. Subtract, I get 0. I have nothing else to bring down. I have no remainder because I got a 0. So the division. Do not tell me ever again, Preston, that the division is difficult. Okay? We multiplied by 1-digit numbers to get our division. Once you figure out what place it's going into, put my little X's there, and we put it directly above those place values, you're guessing and checking. So you're multiplying by 1-digit numbers. Tucker, you with me? You said it was hard too. You're multiplying by 1-digit numbers, doing some guessing and checking, and you're subtracting. So figuring out what place value it goes into, multiplying by 1-digit numbers, and subtracting. That's all division is. I guarantee you, 97% of you walked in this door at the beginning of the year and said, I can't do division, I'm just not good at it. You know why you thought you weren't good at it? Because it's in your head. Your head tells you you're not good at it. It takes some practice. But all it is multiplying by 1-digit numbers. That's it. And subtracting. It is not difficult. If you remember, you have to put up 1-digit numbers at a time. It's easy peasy, raw chicken gum squeezy.
How do you squeeze gum?
I don't know.
With the cheese. I do it all the time whenever I have gum.
Okay? So, you can go home and tell your mommy, look, Mom,
I'm good at division.
I know I said I wasn't good at division, but either I'm a liar or I just haven't had it taught the best way ever, or I really wasn't good at division, but now that I've seen it, it's easy peasy bubble
We're not
gum.
allowed to say that. We're not allowed to say that.
You're not allowed to say you're not good at it. You're right.
Well, then he just told us.
But I was wrong.
Oh.
That's what you say. But I was wrong.
What?
Boom! Shakalaka. Peace out. Love ya. Have a blessed day.